This Insta360 Lunar Ultra has completely changed how I shoot, because check this out. It has a built-in gimbal, a little built-in screen, and it's so small and lightweight. But the real thing here, and this is not a gimmick, this is so useful, this screen pops right off. That's completely changed how I shoot. I'll tell you all about it, but first I want to thank my sponsor, Squarespace. That's right, not sponsored by Insta360, I bought this myself. Squarespace makes gorgeous websites incredibly simple. In just a few minutes, you can go to squarespace.com/Tony, browse through their amazing templates. They give you a great starting point, and then customize the website, either yourself, or you can use AI to help write things about yourself or help design it and customize it to your specific brand. Whether it's your photography portfolio or a video reel or a personal project or any type of business, Squarespace is perfect for you. But you can try it out completely free, no credit card required. Start at squarespace.com/Tony. When you love it, the coupon code Tony will get you 10% off. Thanks, Squarespace. First, let me tell you why this camera is so amazing and why it's blowing away the Sony. Yeah, this is replacing my $6,000 camera. The design is just smart. It's made for creators either filming other people or filming themselves. The screen is on the front, and it's nice and sharp. Switching to vertical is as easy as just flipping the screen like this. Bam, I'm shooting in 3K vertical. This little Insta360 also has 47 gigs of memory built in, so you can start recording right away and you never have to worry about forgetting your memory card. But you can also insert a micro SD card if you want more storage. Because the gimbal is built in, you can easily walk with it, but it's not just about walking with it. You can set this up on a tripod and you don't have to level the tripod, because even if this is off level by a lot, it'll automatically level itself. Unlike my Sony, this has a built-in microphone. You can see it right here. It's even got a little e-ink display that I put a QR code to go to my Instagram. And personally, I think the mic sounds great. Though on my Sony or in my pocket cameras from DJI, I've been using the DJI pocket microphones, which are substantially smaller.
The Insta360 Luna is also compatible with the much smaller Insta360 Mic Air. However, the Mic Air lacks internal recording, which I require as a backup. Also, while you can use two mics simultaneously with the Insta360 Luna, you can't mix and match Mic Pro and Mic Air.
The ultimate test for this is I posted a couple of videos filmed with the Luna on my public YouTube channel, and I get people asking me oh, did you change mics? It sounds really good. What'd you switch to? And the answer is the Insta360 Luna. And I think it really does sound amazing. Comparing it to the DJI Pocket cameras, it is bigger, it is heavier, but it feels solid and it's definitely not too big. You don't have to use the wireless mic, though it does sound really good. It also has a microphone built right in here. You can see this removable cover is built in. The removable touchscreen also has a microphone built in. So you can literally just travel with this and have a microphone really close to your mouth, which allows you to pretty much completely cut out all the ambient sound in an incredibly loud place like Meatpacking District in Manhattan here. The video quality in this has been shocking. Okay, it records at 8K30, which you should never use because you don't get that much more quality out of it. Mostly you're going to be shooting in 4K, up to 120 frames per second. I generally use and publish 4K 60. I don't necessarily need the extra 60 frames per second, but there are times when I want to slow something down 50% for B-roll, so I find that really useful. But also, people like the smoother video quality of 4K 60, so I'd recommend you try that. Insta360 does have some accessories for it, like they have a weird head tracking thing that I'm absolutely never going to use because it looks ridiculous and I can't think of a single reason to use it. But they also have a little fill light that I desperately want. I just can't get it right now, but I have ordered it. Of course, these microphones are accessories and you can have two of these microphones simultaneously. Huge benefit. They also have a little battery tripod adapter thing that connects to it via USB-C, and you can just plug it in there, and it kind of also works like a quick release plate for when you are on a tripod. It shoots HDR by default, and if you want extra dynamic range, you can shoot in log. You just got to load the LUTs into your video editing program, but that's all included for free. Is it going to match the dynamic range of a huge full-frame camera? No, it's not going to, but for the things I've been shooting, the dynamic range has been absolutely fine, and that includes in really high contrast environments.
This is an extremely high dynamic range scene, and both the Insta360 Luna and my Sony did great. The Luna's face auto exposure actually outperforms the Sony. I think the Luna compares really well so far, but it can't match the shallow depth of field you can get with an interchangeable lens camera. Notice how the 85mm f1.2 blurs the background, making my small room seem much bigger.
The Insta360 has two lenses, a 20mm equivalent lens that's perfect for filming up close, and then a 3x 60mm lens. If that 20 isn't wide enough for you, you can slap on the wide angle lens and you can shoot a little bit closer and a little bit wider. Now, when I first heard about the telephoto lenses built into the DJI Pocket 4 and this, I thought, I don't want that. Why would I want a telephoto lens in a handheld gimbal that I usually work up close with? But combined with this detachable screen, it's unlocked a different style of shooting that I've had to get away from when I was filming myself. See, when you're filming yourself and the screen is attached to the camera, well, you have to be close to the camera to be able to see the screen, to be able to compose the picture. If I were to put on a 60mm lens on my Sony, I would be so far away that I wouldn't be able to see the screen, and thus I wouldn't be able to compose the picture. And it's not that I've never done that, it's just that when I do that, I end up cutting off my head or falling out of focus and not realizing it, because you have to be able to see the screen if you're filming yourself. But the detachable screen here unlocks something entirely new. Now first, this is the tripod that I'm using now. It's basically just a light stand and it unfolds like that. And it's nice because it's tall and light, and I can actually easily set it up right at eye level. Now here's how I can use that telephoto lens. First, I'll push up on the little zoom thing. I can just do it twice and it gets to 3x zoom. This is the standard 20mm zoom. This is pretty much what it looks like on most vlogging cameras, because you have to work up close, because you have to be able to interact with the camera, because you don't have a detachable screen. But let's zoom back to the 3x zoom. Now I've walked away and I need to recompose it, but I can do that because I have the screen here that's so powerful. And you can see with the 3x zoom, we're seeing less background. My face looks better because my facial features aren't distorted by a wide angle lens. This feels more professional. It feels almost like newscastery, right? Because the news doesn't film at 20mm, they film a little more telephoto. We can go deeper than this, but because the telephoto lens is a native 3x 60mm equivalent, when I zoom in further to 6x, we're going to be cropping. Now the background is even cleaner. I can still control everything from here. I can also tap to lock onto my face here with deep tracking, and now I can walk around and it's going to keep me in the frame. And this adds movement to the scene. It makes it interesting while not requiring me to have a cameraman. That's actually pretty incredible. You can think of lots of uses for this, like if you're doing fitness videos or exercise or something. It doesn't stop at 6x, but I would stop at 6x. Here at 12x, we can see a lot of background compression. The things behind me are highly simplified, but the video quality really drops because it's cropping in 4 times on that tiny little sensor. You can zoom back seamlessly, but when you do, there's a big jump at 3x that's pretty noticeable. Just like you would a traditional camera, you can just put this right on its side, and now it's filming vertically. This is the vertical video in full 4K. This is an example of the 3K vertical video mode. Most of the time when I'm doing this, I'm putting on the wide angle lens just to allow me to get a little bit closer. Is it okay that the resolution drops? Yeah, because most of the time if you're filming for vertical stuff, it's going to be published in 1080. Anyway, the detachable screen here is really impressive, but it's not perfect. Like most of the time I'm using it, it has a little warning saying that there's a weak signal, but the recording is unaffected, and I wish it would just take that warning away, because okay, if it's a weak signal, the picture just gets a little pixelated, but I don't need that text on the screen all the time. Even when I was really far away, it was still working good enough. So I do wish the signal was better. I have also run this out of batteries. If you're filming for a longer session, like even 20 or 30 minutes, it's going to run out of batteries, but it does automatically charge every time you reattach it to the camera. A professional video camera, small and light enough to just carry it with a wrist strap, under $1,000. So I worry less about getting robbed in the streets of New York. Something professional and reliable that if I forget a memory card, no problem. If I forget my microphone, No problem. It's got an internal mic and a detachable screen with a mic built in. As long as I have something USB I can charge it from, this is a camera that's going to be ready to go for me. And while it's small and light and inexpensive, the ability to perform under a variety of different circumstances really makes this the most professional camera I've ever used. The fact that I can film by myself and step back 20 feet and do a 60 millimeter or 120 millimeter shot while seeing the results on my screen. That's a professional camera. I'm really loving the Insta360 Luna Ultra, and as a reminder, I paid for this out of pocket. I'm going to continue to use it, and that's the ultimate real world test. So in the comments down below, let me know what you'd like to know about it in a follow-up review. And yes, I'm trying to get the DJI Pocket 4 or the off-brand version that they'll actually sell us in the United States. It's just I'm an American, and the US government doesn't want me to have it, so it's gotten to be really hard to get. Don't forget to check out my sponsor, Squarespace. Start at squarespace.com/Tony, and you can set up whatever type of website you can imagine. You can get your own domain name, like I have northropphotography.com, and then you can control how it looks. No ads, no distractions. You pick the colors and the fonts and the branding. You control every part of it. And if you don't feel technical, if you're not a nerd, don't worry about it. You're a creative. You can just do the fun parts of picking the design. You can have AI, which is built in, write you your biography if that's what you want. Or you can take complete control of it and keep it completely manual. Whatever you decide, start at squarespace.com/Tony. Try it out completely free, no credit card required. And after you love it, the coupon code Tony will save you 10%. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Thanks, Squarespace.